Yo, what's going on with y'all? This is Josh. In today's video, we're going to be looking at one of the most dominant, dangerous groups in WWE history, the Nexus. Now, without any further ado, let's get right into it. On February 2nd, 2010, Vince McMahon would announce that NXT would replace ECW on Sci-Fi on February 16th, describing NXT as the next evolution of WWE television history. The concept of the Nexus was deprived from each original member of them being on the contestant of the first season of NXT. The series ran them through a competition to become WWE's next breakout superstar with help of mentors. In the June 1st episode of NXT, Wade Barrett was declared the winner over David Otunga. As a result, he was awarded a WWE contract and a championship match at a pay-per-view of his choosing. The group was contested by Wade Barrett, the leader, Daniel Bryan, Darren Young, Michael Tarver, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, and David Otunga. The Nexus would make their debut on Raw on June 7, 2010. During the main event, they would attack John Cena, CM Punk, Luke Gallows, Jerry Lawler, Mike Striker, and Justin Roberts, and other WWE personnel before the ring. And basically, just to sum this up, they were just basically tearing everything down, all the ring, they were just attacking everyone and breaking shit down, I swear. Match in the main event would go on to be a no contest. During the attack, Cena would have to be taken out in a stretcher. Daniel Bryan strangled Roberts with his necktie as a form of disrespect. Bryan would also go on to go spit in John Cena's face. On June 11, 2010, WWE would actually release Daniel Bryan of his contract. WWE would report they felt those acts were too violent for the company's TV PG programming and would have caused issues with the sponsors. His absence would be explained by Barrett on the June 14th episode of Raw, having felt remorse for his actions and kicked Bryan out of the group. The Nexus would establish themselves as a heel stable on Raw, attacking several wrestlers and legends over the next several weeks. That list would include Vince McMahon, Bret Hart, which was Raw general manager at the time, Ricky Steamboat, and Dusty Rhodes. After Bret Hart's attack, McMahon removed him as the Raw general manager and appointed a new general manager. The GM chose to remain anonymous for fear of being attacked like Hart. I'm gonna be brutally honest, I didn't even know that's why the GM wasn't known, but to this day I don't know who the GM was. If you guys know, please let us know in the comments. But yeah, that's why he was scared, because he didn't want to get attacked by the Nexus.
During the summer of 2010, Nexus had a feud with Cena. But first, on the July 12, 2010 edition of Raw, Cena was defeated in a 6-on-1 handicap match. And on July 18, 2010 at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, the Nexus attempted to get involved in the WWE Championship match involving Sheamus and John Cena in the steel cage, but Sheamus and Cena were able to fend him off and escape, with Sheamus winning the match and retaining the WWE Championship. But at the next pay-per-view, it was war. Their following match would take place at SummerSlam, where the Nexus faced the team of Cena, Bret Hart, Edge, Chris Jericho, John Morrison, R-Truth, and the returning Daniel Bryan. And man, this was crazy. Cena's my favorite wrestler of all time, man. And even I can say that this was bad. Cena should have never won this match. And he clutched a 3v1 after getting DDT'd on concrete, hit with finishers, everything. This was so bad. The Nexus could have been 7 main eventers. Instead, they all turned out to be jobbers after this, but I don't know, bro. This was one of the biggest fumbles in WWE history. They really could have been one of the biggest units ever, bro. But after this, it would come out that according to Edge and Chris Jericho, the original plan was to put the Nexus over and establish them as legitimate threats to WWE, with Edge and Jericho being the last members of Team WWE to be eliminated by Barrett, but Cena refused to lose to the Nexus. Well, I don't know if he refused to lose. That's kind of a reach, but I don't know. We'll probably never know what actually happened, but I guess it could be true. Darren Young and Heath Slater also stated the fact that they agreed with Edge and Chris Jericho, saying that the Nexus loss at SummerSlam permanently crippled whatever momentum the stable had following the invasion. But shit, we move on regardless. But the following night on Raw, the Nexus members competed in 7 one-on-one matches against Team WWE, except for Bret Hart, who was replaced by Randy Orton, with the stipulation that whichever Nexus member lost their match will be exiled from the group. Darren Young was the only Nexus member who lost, as he failed to defeat Cena in the main event, leaving the group. So you know what? Nexus made a sacrifice. Maybe they got rid of the weak link, but let's see what happens from here. At a WWE live event in Hawaii on August 18, 2010, Skip Sheffield, aka Ryback, broke his ankle during a tag match, putting him out of action for the next 2 years. So boom, there goes another member down. But after this, Barrett had to come in clutch. And at Night of Champions, Barrett used his guaranteed championship match that he won for winning NXT in a 6-pack elimination challenge for Sheamus' WWE Championship. I don't know why he used it in a 6-pack challenge, but I guess we move forward. But he was eventually eliminated by Randy Orton, who later won the match and the title. And man, these are good times. I remember this. But at Hell in a Cell, Barrett and Cena face each other in a match with the stipulation that if Barrett won, Cena would have to join the Nexus, but if Cena won or any other Nexus member got involved, the group would be permanently disbanded. But the Nexus put out Plan B. Thanks to the interference from Husky Harris and Michael McGillicuddy, aka Bray Wyatt and Curtis Axel, two rookies from the second season of NXT who would later join the Nexus on the October 25th, 2010 episode of Raw. Barrett managed to win the match and forced Cena to join the Nexus. But the following night on Raw, Cena attacked Michael Tarver following a tag team match. And in the segment, Barrett stated that Cena did him a favor as he was planning on getting rid of Tarver anyway, implying that Tarver was no longer a member. So they kicked out 3 members already, but they got 2 back with Husky Harris and Michael McGillicuddy. But that damn computer, man. The anonymous Raw general manager stated that Cena had to honor the stipulations of a Hell in a Cell match and take orders from Barrett or be fired. But later that night, Barrett instead ordered Cena to help him win the #1 contender battle royal for Orton's WWE First Championship in WWE when Cena and David Otunga defeated Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre to win the WWE Tag Team Championships. But fast forward to the main event, Cena did help Barrett win, but it was via disqualification. And this time it was caused by Cena, who as a result was chosen by Barrett as his own special guest referee for his WWE Championship rematch against Randy Orton at Survivor Series, declaring that unless he won the title, John Cena would be fired. But if Barrett defeated Orton, Cena would be relieved of all responsibilities to the Nexus. And the following night on Raw, Slater and Justin Gabriel won the Tag Team Championships after Barrett ordered Otunga to allow Slater to pin him. So it basically just laid down for Slater to win the titles.
On the November 5th edition of SmackDown, Otunga, who has been questioning Barrett's leadership over the past several weeks, ever since Barrett costed him and Cena the WWE Tag Team titles to Slater and Gabriel, led Harris, McGillicuddy, Gabriel, and Slater to a second invasion of SmackDown, interrupting a match between Edge, Alberto Dorito, but the Nexus then defeated them in a main event in a 5-on-5 tag team match by Edge, Del Rio, Big Show, Kane, and Kofi Kingston. Barrett did not approve of Otunga's decision to lead the Nexus to SmackDown, as a result, forcing him to defend his spot in the group the following week. On the November 12th, 2010 edition of SmackDown, thanks to interference from Kane, Otunga defeated Edge in a lumberjack match to keep his spot in the Nexus. At Survivor Series, Orton retained the WWE Championship against Barrett via pinfall following an RKO. John Cena was fired from WWE and exiled from the Nexus. The following night on Raw, The Miz cashed in his Money in the Bank and became the WWE Champion after Cena attacked Barrett, despite being fired by Barrett. Cena continued to show up on Raw as a ticket holder in the following weeks, causing interferences in the Nexus matches, including costing Slater and Gabriel the WWE Tag Team titles to Santino and Vladimir Kozlov in a 4-way tag team elimination match. On the December 13th episode of Raw, Barrett would rehire Cena for fear of being exiled by the Nexus, but on a condition that Cena would have to face Otunga in the main event and Barrett at TLC. At TLC, Cena would go on to win the match against Barrett. After the match, John Cena would fucking hit steel chairs. 23 would land on Wade Barrett. I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. On the January 3rd, 2011 edition of Raw, the Nexus would announce, after months of repeated attacks on Cena and the WWE roster, that the Nexus was under new management. Otunga would ask Cena to put this all behind us. Cena wouldn't oblige, and the Nexus would attack one more time. And their new leader would come out, and their new leader was CM Punk, revealed to be the new leader, acquiring the position after Barrett lost the #1 contendership steel cage match involving Orton and Sheamus. Punk, having fully agreed to fall in line, had Barrett successfully won the title shot. Punk would try to tease, helping Barrett escape the cage, but CM Punk would knock him off. Barrett was exiled from the Nexus, which would be renamed the New Nexus, distancing itself from former leadership. Punk then would have the members do initiations of some crazy shit. I remember watching as a kid, I'm like, damn. Like, I remember when, like, Husky Harris had to get, like, all the lashes by all the members. It's crazy how, like, they actually, like, went through with all of that. Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater would leave the group because they wouldn't want to follow Punk's initiation orders. Wade Barrett would start his own group called The Core with former ECW champion Ezekiel Jackson, Justin Gabriel, and Heath Slater, while Harris, McGillicuddy, and Otunga would successfully complete Punk's initiation. On the January 17, 2011 edition of Raw, Mason Ryan would go on to join the New Nexus after interfering in Punk's match against John Cena. Before Ryan would attack Punk, Punk would offer Ryan a Nexus armband, which he would accept. On January 30th, 2011, at the Royal Rumble, the new Nexus were also a part of the 40-man Royal Rumble match, along with the Core. Cost Orton his rematch clause for the Miz's WWE Championship, starting a feud with him. Over the ongoing weeks, Orton would go on to defeat all the new Nexus members, causing several storylines by injuring them and punting them. What do you guys know about the punt? Should Orton bring back the punt? I think he should, for real. WrestleMania 27, Orton would go on to have a match with Punk, and he would go on to defeat Punk. At Extreme Rules, Orton would have another match with Punk in a last man standing match, and Orton would also win again. On May 23rd, 2011 edition of Raw, thanks to the distraction by the new Nexus, McIlgoody and Otunga would go on to defeat The Big Show and Kane for the WWE Tag Team titles. On the June 20th, 2011 Power to the People edition of Raw, Punk was originally going to be named the #1 contender for Cena's WWE Championship, but instead was forced to compete in a triple threat match with Alberto Del Rio and Rey Mysterio with a Falls Count Anywhere stipulation voted by the fans, which Punk would go on to win, revealing after the match that his WWE contract was expired at Money in the Bank, where he would face Cena for the WWE Championship. This is where Punk would go on to have his pipe bomb promo. And just so you guys know, if you guys didn't know, we made a pipe bomb video. My fault for the plug, but if you guys haven't checked it out, please go check it out. It's a really good video. But nah, so let's get back right into the video. So the following week on Raw, it was announced that Ryan suffered an injury over the week and left the group. And that same night, Punk would have the pipe bomb promo, and basically that would kind of be the end for the Nexus. But Otunga and McIlgoody worked as a tag team with the new Nexus banner until August 1st, 2011, and continued without the banner until August 22nd, 2011, when the group disbanded after they lost the tag team championships to Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne. But yeah, though, that's the story of the Nexus. It's kind of crazy to me how they ended it like that. I feel like they could have came up with a better ending, but, you know, Punk did his thing. He won the title, but it's kind of crazy how they ended like that. At once, they were the most dominant group in WWE history, and then they just all fell apart. All right, Ange, bro, what you think, bro?
I think it could have been a great group, but in the end, they were all just kind of jobbers, bro. I mean, Barrett had potential. He was the leader. Heath Slater, hey, what they know about Heath Slater, bro? They don't know about the free agent. Justin Gabriel had one of the coolest moves ever, bro. The 450 splash. They would wait on the top rope. He would just look around and hit that shit. Who else? Darren Young. He wasn't bad. But yeah, bro, it was a good team. Otunga. Yep. He used to hand coffee to John Laurinaitis. But yeah, man. They had a good group, but sad to see it end.
No, dude, it's kind of crazy how they just, like I said, they just kind of all fell apart. But all right, y'all, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please, I gave a plug, go check out the Punk video. And all right, y'all. Hey, Brothers of Productions, out of here.